coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Hey, the Cowboys got what they needed Monday night in L.A. against the Chargers. It was big for two reasons. One, coming off that horrible loss to the 49ers, and they're headed into a bye week. Not to mention Dak Prescott was coming off a career worst last week against the 49ers. Prescott turned things around Monday night. Made plenty of big plays against the Chargers. He went 21-30 for 272 yards. The biggest stat, no picks. Most of those incompletions were to Michael Gallup, though. Dak also able to extend plays, even had a running TD. You saw there, he racked up 40 yards on the ground. He impressed some of his main supporters as well.
I think he did pretty good, making plays out of the pocket, moving around, using his legs, trying to make plays.
That guy can run all over the field. He can make plays with his arms and his legs. So to be able to see that tonight, was definitely huge for our team.
People are going to be critical of him regardless, and that's just, what the star is. And we were talking about it earlier. But just understanding the situation and the team that we have, we're a very resilient group, and we live to play for the next, our brothers next to us. Doing our 111 is the main thing that we can do, and for us to lock in together and, for all of us to do our 111, it ends up victorious.
All right, so after the bye, Dallas's next two matchups, the 3-3 Rams, then, look at that one, it's the 5-1 Philadelphia Eagles. That's in November 5th. And the Houston Texans are galloping right into their bye week, feeling pretty good after a win. And rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud, who has given this team a huge spark. The 22-year-old looked like a veteran most of the time, playing poised, consistent. He has led the Houston surprising team to a 3-3 record. In Sunday's win against the Saints, Stroud's record-breaking streak of no interceptions came to an end, though. But he did finish with 199 yards passing and 2 touchdowns and a win. In a span of 2 weeks, the San Antonio Spurs and Houston Rockets will have played each other 3 times between the preseason and regular season. We saw the first of 3 matchups go down on Monday night. Despite being meaningless preseason game, there was no love lost between the two franchises.
I think there already is a rivalry. I think we want to win every game we play against them. We want to, beat them. So I think it definitely will be. And I know they have a bunch of players who, want to get under people's skin and, want to play hard too. So I feel like, there will be some heads that will clash sometimes. But, it is what it is. That's the game.
Oh, I love that. Some crashing heads with the Rockets. That rivalry was going on for a long time. Hakeem Olajuwon days. So Jeremy Sohan just getting in on that. The Southwest Division rivals will tip off at 7 inside the Frost Bank Center before the two meet for an early regular season game. That's coming up on October 27th, also here at the Frost Bank Center. Hey, Becky Hammon's Las Vegas Aces 1 win away from back-to-back WNBA championships. They're up 2-1 in their series against the New York Liberty. Hammond made comparisons between this year's Aces team to the 2014 Spurs team that she was part of as an assistant coach. Hammond says the two played unselfish and committed to winning. The Aces will have to dig deep after losing Game 3 along with 2 of their star players.
All I've said is we just need to continue to be who we are. That's it. We continue to be who we are. This group's been, forged out of adversity. They weren't put together based on super team expectations. They sucked for a long time. So they've been through those thin years. They've earned this moment. They've earned this opportunity. And so now it's just on us to go grab it.
Gotta love an honest coach. Game 4 of the best of 5 is tonight, 7 o'clock on ESPN. We're taking baseball as well tonight. It's the Texas Rangers and Houston Astros tonight, too. So,
man, that one's
going on.
Yeah. Texas sports.
Yep.
All right, the IRS planning to launch a new program that could save you money during the tax season. We have details on this plan. It's just a plan right now in the next half hour.
Also new today at 5, a couple losses their child to an accident at their home. How they were able to turn tragedy into a purpose. The specialized home designed to teach parents to see potential safety risks in their homes. That's today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.
We've got some late-breaking news this noon. The House now in recess after Representative Jim Jordan failed to win the House speakership for a second time. He actually got less votes in this second go-round versus the first round. Jordan got 199 votes. On the Democratic side, Representative Hakeem Jeffries got 212. The House gavelled in for today's session, but early on, Jordan appeared to be losing ground with more detractors. Next steps are uncertain as lawmakers float other options.
And also new at noon, a U.S. judge says the chief suspect in the 2005 disappearance of Natalie Holloway has admitted he killed her and disposed of her remains. The admission comes as part of a plea deal with prosecutors on extortion charges. Joran van der Sloot pleaded guilty to trying to extort money from Holloway's mother in exchange for revealing the location of her daughter's body. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison for extortion and wire fraud, but is not charged in Holloway's death or disappearance. The judge said she considered van der Sloot's confession to Holloway's murder and destruction of her remains in her sentencing decision. Van der Sloot is currently serving a 28-year sentence in Peru for killing another woman back in 2010, and those two sentences will run concurrent.
There's a new report out from the FBI. It shows that violent crime in the U.S. decreased slightly last year. But then again, property crime is on the rise. These stats also follow the same trends for Texas itself. The report just released shows violent crime declined by 1.7% across the country. The violent crime umbrella, that includes murder, non-negligent manslaughter, rape, aggravated assault, and robbery. However, property crime increased nationwide 7.1% last year, and that also includes a nearly 11% increase in just car thefts. This year's report includes data contributed by more than 15,000 police agencies from around the U.S., representing 93% of our population.
And former President Donald Trump now restricted on what he can say about the federal election subversion case while awaiting trial. A federal judge in Washington, D.C. has issued a formal written gag order against Trump. It bars him from making public statements about witnesses who might testify against him in the case, as well as their counsel and court staff. The order also applies to others who may be directed to make public statements about the case on behalf of the parties, such as spokespeople for Trump or the Justice Department. Trump's legal team is appealing that gag order.
The Internal Revenue Service moving ahead with a plan to build its own free tax filing program. It's called Direct File. It's a pilot version that's going to be available to some taxpayers in 13 states next year. Eventually, the IRS tax filing system could serve as an alternative to private companies like H&R Block and Intuit's TurboTax. However, for now, the online pilot program is very limited in scope. The IRS anticipates that at least several 100,000 taxpayers will decide to participate in that program, and it'll help determine if the IRS should go forward offering a government-run tax filing system to more taxpayers in the future.
Your job-based health insurance, a lot more expensive for companies and for workers this last year. Yearly premiums for family health insurance coverage at work rose to an average of $24,000. That represents a 7% jump from last year. However, the jump in premiums is roughly in line with inflation. It corresponds with the rise in wages and inflation since 2022, as well as over the past 5 years.
X, formerly known as Twitter, testing an annual fee for some unverified accounts. The social media company announcing Tuesday that it is testing a new program called Not a Bot. It's going to require new users in New Zealand and the Philippines to sign up for $1 annual subscription to post and interact with other posts. New users in the testing region can opt out of the subscription service, but they will only be able to read posts, watch videos, and follow accounts. Existing users won't be affected as part of the test. The company said the program is to reduce spam and bot activity on the platform.
Outside with Live Cam, another one of those beautiful days. You can enjoy some lunch on the patio or the porch, and you better enjoy it today because apparently summer is not through with us just yet. We were hoping.
Going to make a brief comeback as we get later into the work week and early in the weekends for warmer temperatures on the way. Hey, we've seen a lot of great decorations sent into our KSAT Connect. We love seeing them. I want to show you this. This is a skeleton from HEB, but look, they made it into Dia de los Muertos, which is pretty cool. Well done. Well done. And you can always send in these decorations that you have. for Halloween or Dia de los Muertos to our KSAT Connect. You can do that on a KSAT app, but a KSAT weather app as well. Lows this morning, right around 50 here in San Antonio. We had some 40s in the Hill Country. It was another chilly start. Really beautiful, honestly. 45 in Pleasanton, 46 in Carrizo Springs. This is kind of the last morning of that, though, because morning lows are going to start to increase. We've got a little more moisture by tomorrow morning and then some just overall warmer temperatures as we head later into the week. Temperatures at this hour, 77 in Gonzales, 78 Victoria, a few clouds there. Otherwise, everyone else is cloud free, and we will make it into the 80s a little bit later this afternoon. 76 in Helotes, 74 right now in Bandera. And rain chances, let's talk rain. We do finally have some in the 7-day forecast. We're going to wait till Monday and Tuesday as some Pacific moisture begins to work in. We'll talk more about that possibility and how long those rain chances may hang around coming up here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. That's great news. Time running out to score the best holiday travel deals, and airlines are now offering some new perks. They're hoping to lure in customers. We have details still ahead. Airlines are battling it out for your loyalty as the holiday travel season approaches.
Meanwhile, as ABC's Trevor Ault tells us, travelers are running out of time to score good prices on flights.
As Americans begin racing to book their holiday travel, a major airline announcing new perks to try to win your loyalty. Southwest Airlines is making it easier to earn higher status with better access to upgrades by lowering the number of flights required to become an A-list status member, offering things like free drinks to top elite members.
And it's really bucking the trend of what we see with other airlines, which are actually making it harder, making it so that you need to spend more money to achieve this sort of level of status.
That includes Delta Airlines, the CEO saying the company probably went too far with recent changes, making it more difficult to earn status and access their lounges. Delta is now vowing to revisit those changes, but it's not clear what they'll modify.
I have received a lot of feedback from this change. We're still assessing what we do, but there will be modifications that we will make.
It's all happening as your time is running out to score the best holiday deals, and experts say the window is closing fast.
If you're planning to fly for Thanksgiving or Christmas this year, now is the time to book to take advantage of the lowest prices.
Experts say prices for each holiday will jump $5 to $10 a day, and then in the final 3 weeks, they could spike $10 to $30 a day. But keep in mind, there are also other ways to save.
If you can fly on the less popular days around the holidays, you can save upwards of 40%. So when you fly is just as important as when you book your tickets.
It's not beginning to look a lot like Christmas, but in fact, more like August coming up.
What happened there, Justin? What went wrong there?
What happened was, no, it's not going to be great as we get into the end of the work week. As I've been saying, we're probably looking at some record highs, but we've had a nice stretch here at least, and today will be another nice day. 73 so far. We're actually going to be pretty close to average. Not near that record, but the records are in jeopardy. But Friday and Saturday, we look at that forecast, plus the tropics coming up.
Good morning. The idea behind Know My Neighborhood is a pretty simple one. It is grassroots news gathering. We're not going to talk to politicians or local elected officials about what they think is important to different areas of town. We're going to talk to the people who live there. And that's what's brought us here to the Westwood Square neighborhood in the shadow of the old Kelly Air Force Base in the Edgewood area on the city's west side. A lot of the concerns in this neighborhood are really shared across the city. Crime, taxes, roads, but they also have their unique concerns. I call these the ramps to nowhere. This used to be a pedestrian bridge here on Castroville Road until a construction truck ran into the bridge 8 months ago and collapsed it. This is what the city left behind, just 2 ramps, making a dangerous pedestrian situation even more dangerous. Tonight, in Know My Neighborhood, we take you to the history, the issues, and the sights of the Westwood Square neighborhood.
Don't put away the T-shirts and the shorts and the flip-flops just yet.
No.
Put them right there next to your winter coat.
And
you and Justin.
yeah, it's been a lovely week, and I think we all needed a breather from the horrible weather.
So nice. It's
and
been
really,
so great
the low 90s is not so horrible. The good news here is you're talking some rain. I love this.
Yes. So yeah, the 90s. Look, we can deal with it. It'll be a dry heat, so there's that. I want to go ahead and get you your weekend forecast, and a lot of people are already looking forward. It's we made it to the middle of the week. 92 on Saturday. That is a near record high, but increasing clouds Sunday, and it's beyond Sunday where we begin to add in those rain chances. And look, we know that October can be like this. We'll have great weather for a stretch. It'll be warm for a stretch, and then back to some cooler weather. A lot of back and forth, and we're kind of in the transition period right now. Clear skies across San Antonio. We noticed there are some clouds closer to the coast. That's an indication we're starting to see a little bit more moisture creep in here from the Gulf of Mexico. We've got southerly winds now, and so that is going to bring the dew point up a little bit. 73 right now in town, 79 Pleasanton, 79 in Kennedy. I think you're going to see a lot of 80s on the map this afternoon, and we're already getting close in some spots. Castroville, case in point, 80 degrees there. 75 Bulverde, 74 in Bandera. So we go outside for you, 73 in town. Dew point is at 50, but on the rise. Southerly winds at 11 miles per hour. Winds could be gusty from time to time today. Our KSAT 12-hour forecast by 4 o'clock, 83. And then we're in the 70s by 7 o'clock. Great for evening plans. It's still very, very nice. 77 degrees, 71 at 8 o'clock. And then down into the mid-60s by midnight. It just won't be as cold tomorrow morning as it has been last couple mornings. And I think with moisture surging in, or at least briefly surging in, we can see a little bit of patchy fog to start your Thursday. Frontal boundary is positioned up across parts of North Texas. This front isn't a big one. Doesn't carry much rain with it. In fact, there's no rain along the front right now, and we don't expect any rain with it as it moves through. Bottom line with this front, just brings in some drier air. And so we'll have more humidity briefly tomorrow morning, and then it dries out again. So that's just kind of the bottom line. Doesn't do a lot for our forecast. And as we look at the fog futurecast here, it does show a little bit tomorrow morning. It's around 8 o'clock. I wouldn't be surprised to see some patchy fog, especially south and east of San Antonio, but I don't think this is going to be a big deal. Water vapor imagery shows that you can almost kind of see that front there. But what I want to point out, see more moisture down here. Of course, water vapor shows us where we have moisture in the atmosphere. And as you go down to the south and west, there's a ton of it down here in the Pacific. This is the time of year where we look to the Pacific to bring us moisture. You know, early in the summer, in the summer months, we look towards the Atlantic to bring some tropical moisture in. But once we get into the fall, we look to the Pacific because this moisture can get fed up into South Texas out ahead of our storm system. So Norma, this is what this system's being called. Now, winds at 70 miles per hour. It's a tropical storm, but I think it's a hurricane here soon. It's moving northwest at 7 miles per hour, and it will strengthen into a hurricane and then weaken some as it moves towards Mexico slowly but surely. We think early next week. As a storm system comes in from the west, draws in some of this moisture, and that's where I think our rain chances come from. So we're starting with Monday here, and by Tuesday into Wednesday, that Pacific moisture gets pulled in. Now, is this going to be a widespread rain event? Probably not, but at least we'll have some scattered rain chances here, and that's the good news. And more cloud cover too, so that'll help with temperatures. It won't be as warm. Extended forecast. We'll go 88 Thursday, 94 on Friday. Again, that's a dry heat, but it's hot. 92 Saturday, as we showed you over the weekend, those increasing clouds Sunday. And then by Monday and Tuesday, we have the rain chances coming back.
Uh-oh, sorry.
Day of the Dead is a merger of two traditions, Mexico's indigenous customs and Christianity.
But the only thing that has changed is that it's not anymore a pagan celebration. It is a Christian celebration together with the whole church celebrating All Souls Day.
This merger began when the first missionaries arrived after the Spanish conquest, and they needed a plan.
It was a humongous task that then they said, let's just take their custom, but make it Christian. So they took everything that they had for their cult of the dead, but Christianize it. That is why the Day of the Dead is celebrated in Mexico very differently to any other parts of the Catholic world.
The combining of traditions did bring change. The natives' month-long celebration was shortened.
They said, no, it's going to be only one day which is the official day of the church, the 2nd of November.
The shift to Christianity occurred in very troubling times, and it was difficult for both sides. A miracle was needed.
Then something happened, the event of Guadalupe. Guadalupe appearing as an Indian woman, she was probably the most important or central element of evangelization and accepting Christianity in the New World.
So important that to this day, you'll find her placed atop most altars during Day of the Dead.
According to Google, the most popular Halloween costume this year is, are you ready for this? I want to see all the guys in pink. It's Barbie. The dolls come in all sorts of outfits, so a variety of costumes are available. Princess is number 2, based on what Google calls the Frightgeist. Spider-Man takes 3rd. Other popular outfits include the traditional witch or the cowboy or the ninja. And in a cross-holiday quirk, the 10th most popular costume is a bunny.
Okay, so there's the popular costumes, and we also asked what is like the most popular scary movie you watch at Halloween.
Well, it's not Halloween until you watch what movie?
Yeah, so that's the question.
No, I'm not coming closer, Ted.
Everyone.
She's got a snake.
I do
Oh,
have
good
a snake, and I don't
Lord.
know where it's
You know,
going.
you got something.
No, you got a baby at home.
Oh, God, it's
right.
here. Amanda Winters is here for once in a while, and Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo Fest is coming up. She's going to be there with snakes, and also, what do you have there?
This is a bullfrog. Did you guys know that frogs swallow with their eyeballs?
Really?
And snakes never blink.
I'll be darned.
Okay, I don't know if I should have the snake this close.
Doing great.
It's looking right at the frog.
Speaking of Halloween, Jen is out there at SeaWorld Hollow Scream.
That's right. You know, there's a lot that goes into creating the characters here at Hollow Scream SeaWorld San Antonio. Some of them are small, some of them are huge, like this one here. We're going to get an up-close look at a lot of characters and meet the designer team behind them.
All right, we have got some great, see, you're having trouble with that snake, Halloween treats as well.
Trying to get to you.
This is from Piece of Cake. Also, of course, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we have Constable Catherine Brown with us, a breast cancer survivor. She's got a big event coming up, and we're going to tell you all about that. Would you get that thing away from me?
He's coming for you, or she's
I know. I don't like that.
He's coming for you.
Please, no.